What is going on, Wolfpack Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Tuffy Talk Live Show, y'all. We are rocking and rolling, and we have a ton to get to here today, y'all. It has been a crazy week. We got a crazy week coming up. We got a crazy month. It is March Madness time. We are fully rocking and rolling as we just got done with the women's ACC tournament, and we're jumping into men's this week, which we'll be talking about. You got wrestling going on postseason. You got gymnastics coming up soon postseason. You got baseball right in the swing of things, starting off in the ACC play. So, again, we got a ton to talk to here, and we definitely look forward to having your thoughts, comments, concerns a part of it along the way. As if you're with us before, you know the drill. Just like Michelle, Russell, and Ted here, any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, put them in the chat box, and we'll get to as many of them here today. And we'll definitely, again, just kind of take these things through one at a time. And hopefully, if we're lucky, we got some, things that really grind our gears too that we can discuss as well. But with that being said, Ted Carreras, for those who are not aware, is a big time NC State wrestling fan, not to the level of Chuck Coates. Again, Chuck Coates is goated when it comes to his NC State wrestling fanhood. But Ted is definitely up there, and he actually DM'd us directly and said, guys, if there's an episode to talk about NC State wrestling, this is the episode to do it. And Ted, I could not agree with you anymore, my friend. So we will definitely discuss all things wrestling here from the get-go. But I want to do a little bit of a pulse check here. So first of all, Greg, how's things going? I mean, do you feel like you let the home team down by deciding to screw up the mojo and go into Greensboro, man? Like, what happened? No, I'm just messing, but no, you're awesome, bro. But yeah, no.
No, my wife actually questioned if we should go because of that very reason. So you're not the only one on that bandwagon.
At least she recognized it.
She did. See, I think partly because she didn't want to go.
Well, see, I'm the one that, since I was around Doran as much as I was being a student manager, and since he was so, sorry, what's the word? He's so believes that if he does certain things, then you'll win or lose. Superstitious. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. Superstitious. Yeah. He was so superstitious.
Literally me.
Yeah. Well,
I made mom go to the car. I made my mom go to the car.
Wow. That's
I mean, I can't say that I have not done that to my wife too. No, I haven't sent her to a car, but I remember when Villanova and Carolina played in the championship a few years ago, and Villanova was easy. They were cruising, and then Carolina made the run. I said, get upstairs. You're done. Go back upstairs. Do whatever you were doing. Get in the kitchen, make some cookies, whatever it is. Just get out of my basement. So I feel you there, kids.
Yeah, poor Carrie's had to sit out on our porch, on our deck for hours.
In the snow.
Yeah, I gave her a blanket and a portable charger, and I was like, you can come back in after the game. Sorry. You're bad.
Wow. But anyway, y'all. So jumping into it, let's jump into the elephant in the room for sure, which is definitely AC women's basketball coming up short, unfortunately, in the AC championship game, 55-51 over the 14th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So Greg, being there in person, give us your first thoughts here, man. We'll get to a couple comments. So let us know in the comments as well what your thoughts, concerns are, about the game in general. But Greg, give us your thoughts here first, man.
Yeah, make sure you give Ken her love. She was there too, representing. But,
that's right. Thank you, Kens. Golly. Yeah, because you sat in the drill mission too. So good. So hats off to you, Kens, for that. Because sorry, we'll get to you next for sure.
Fast.
Yeah. Look, first off, I was really impressed by the turnout by Wolfpack Nation. If anyone saw the videos of the bus pulling in, it was a great scene. So hats off. If it's close, Wolfpack fans will travel. But as far as the game, I thought it very evenly matched. There's no doubt that Notre Dame's peaking at the right time. For me, we had trouble at times figuring out their zone and just trying to get the ball in. Once we were able to get it into Baldwin in the first half and then early into the second half, I thought she was money. They didn't have an answer for her. It was just the problems of getting the ball to her. And then in the fourth quarter, I just think that 3 games in 3 days kind of caught up with our legs. I just didn't a lot of our shots were falling short, and that's just evidence of, a leg, you just didn't have the lift into your shot. But I thought they played hard. Just some days you're just not going to win the game. And I don't think we had some uncharacteristic mistakes. But that's just basketball. So I thought they fought hard, and for a team that was picked to finish 8th in the league and to just come up to be the runner-up, there's nothing to be upset about, and I'm darn proud of these girls. Big picture, nothing has changed. We're still going to be a 3 seed. We weren't going to get to a 2 seed line. So look, get ready for NCAAs and try to make a run there.
Yeah. Yep. Candace, any thoughts?
I mean, like Greg said, the outcome was great. I mean, it was like the whole entrance for the bus was packed. Like, you didn't have to spread out. It was just Ernie Myers' video said it all. Like, he said that the girls would probably never forget that. And so, of course, it was like another Reynolds, loud the entire time. I just think that I was shocked at our free throw percentage. I think that hurt us a lot. But I said afterwards, I was like, I'd rather have an NCAA championship than an ACC championship anyway. So hopefully they can go back. I think that you saw them walk out. We were like right above where they were walking into the tunnel. You could just tell that they weren't really sad. They were more of like pissed off. And so I'm hoping that gives them a little kick in their step for the NCAA. And I'm hoping they make a run. I think they will. I think it hit them, unfortunately, at the right or the worst time, but the right time, right before NCAA. So we'll see what happens.
Well, and Kansas, obviously for me, I obviously wasn't able to watch it, but I had it on my phone sitting there while I was covering wrestling. But I love to hear that you said that they were mad, not sad, because to me that kind of speaks a little about the program. That in that championship game, it shouldn't be, man, we were so happy to be there, and man, we just let slip our fingers. It is, we expect to be there. We should have won that game. We let slip through our fingers, and yeah, at the end of the day, I'm sitting here saying Notre Dame didn't win. In my opinion, we lost that game. We scored 2 points in the last 7 minutes of the game. Like that's just fun. Like that,
it was. Yeah, sitting. I mean, our girls are they're different type of people. Like you could tell they were mad, but the kids that would run down and like high five them, they would try to give them a smile, but you could just tell like Sanaya, Isaiah, Zoe, they were all just shaking it was like everybody was just shaking their head all the way in the tunnel. And it was like, we were all saying it breaks our heart to see it, but hopefully that makes them be like, you know what? We can't slack off anymore. Like, this is the ACC. In a week or two, it's going to be 10 times harder. So.
Well, because I think the major concern, and Michael, I want to get your thoughts to bring you in here. The major concern right now has got to be the up and down inconsistency of this team. That, I mean, like for example, Duke. So Greg, before you give me that, Duke, what happened to start the game? The girls were red hot. They came out just guns a blazing. They were playing with energy. They were hitting everything. They were playing defense. They were doing phenomenal. Then they fell in a slump, and we just couldn't really get out of it. And then, we found a way. And the same thing with Notre Dame. Like, there'd be times where we would get really hot, but then there'd be times where we, towards the end of the game, where we just fell off and we just couldn't get our way out of it. Virginia Tech game at Virginia Tech, we were red hot, and then we fell in a slump and we couldn't work our way out of it. And in an NCAA tournament where, it's winner, go home, you got to find consistency. You got to find that person. You got to find that player to say, I'm getting us out of it, which, not saying we don't have that person, but just, again, we've just seen a lot of evidence to show that maybe
I think
we're having
issues. The only issue with us is our girls, like, even if one of them is on a roll, like if Sanaya is just, hitting everything, they're more of I want the rest of the team to shine as well. And I feel like, yes, that's a good thing to have, but in the NCAA and in a championship game, if you're hot, like Mimi was, feed it to Mimi every time. Like, don't try to get people going.
You mean River? You mean River was hot?
No, Mimi.
No, Mimi was hot in Florida State.
Florida State. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, Florida State. Sorry, Florida State. Okay.
But I'm just keep, because you could tell they were trying to get other people hot, and it's like, just keep feeding it to Mimi. Don't worry about. They'll have their time. It's not like we don't have people that have struggle days, or everybody doesn't have to be hot. Just that's the only thing that's frustrating to see.
Yeah,
I got a couple things I want to add, but I want Michael to jump in.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough loss. The defense the whole weekend was really good. Against Florida State and Duke, even Notre Dame, you still held them to 55 points. You just gotta the scoring droughts, especially against the zone, you got to figure that out. And because good teams, they'll recognize that in the NCAA, and I'm sure we'll see it. So got to figure that part out. But yeah, I think like you were saying, Leighton, it's good that the ladies felt mad instead of sad, because this team has a ton of potential that is
100%.
still out there for the taking. So,
amen.
100%.
Yep. So go ahead, Greg. Give us your couple thoughts, and then we'll bring Lindsay in here.
Yeah, for sure. I just thought yesterday the difference in the game was the 3-point shooting. We couldn't hit a 3-point shot. We couldn't run them off the line at times. I thought that at times we had players pressing a little. Isaiah James being one. She tries to shoot herself sometimes out of those slumps, and look, sometimes she'll be able to do that. And yesterday just wasn't one of those cases. I thought to Ken's point, we didn't get Mimi involved in the interior post. We owned the paint yesterday. I think I had that here 1 second. We had like 24 points in the paint. Yeah, 24 points in the paint. We could have easily had 34 if we had just played our game. So again, to I think it was you, Michael, we have to figure the zone out, because we're going to see that again. And if we're shooting 3 from 17 from 3-point line, it could be a 1 done, maybe 2 and done. This team is too talented to not go minimal Sweet 16. They should be able to push for an Elite 8.
I feel like that should be an expectation.
Obviously it'll depend on matchups. That's just kind of what it goes to. But like I said, whether we were the 2 or the 3, it didn't matter, because your Sweet 16 opponent's going to be the same. The really big thing was staying off that 4 line, which was never a question at this point. So we're in good shape. Just got to hopefully get a good bracket and a good pathway to an Elite 8 championship type run, and see where it goes.
Yeah. So with bringing Lindsay in here, I want to kind of touch on a couple of comments here. First of all, he a little laugh saying, "Good evening, bright side. At least our ladies didn't get in a fight on national TV and get suspensions."
Bro, that girl's cousin would so be me. Did you see him jump that table to get into that fight? That is.
It was actually the brother. It was actually her brother.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
That is something I would do. I respect him. Honestly.
Violence is never the answer, Kens.
I know it's not, but did you see how much taller she was than him? That was like a full chill out moment.
The police was pretty he was limber and over the table.
Yeah, he got right after him too.
Yeah,
crazy.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Okay. He's listening in.
Yeah. So I want to kind of get your thoughts here, Lindsay. So with Russell, Wes rarely uses his bench. There is talent there. Did that hurt us with being tired? With the fact that we have used mainly the 6 players pretty much for most of the whole AC tournament, with Zoe Brooks, Madison Hayes, Mimi, River, Zaya, and Madison. Those have been the 6 that we've mostly run through. A little bit of Maddie Cox ever so often, a little bit of Lacey Steele, but mostly those 6. Do you think that made a difference?
I think there is obviously a fatigue factor there, but also you've got to put your best players out on the court. And like Ken's was saying, some of these girls, they want to make it about the entire team, and that's great. And that's, the spirit we look for. But at the same time, when you're trying to win these ACC tournament, NCAA tournament games, you need to be putting out the best 5 people out there. And again, if there are people who are getting tired, who, the same 5 people might not be the best players game to game. So I think that the bench could be utilized more. But in general, I think, we have a strong, solid core group of girls there. And I think if you're gonna, lose and have to come to your senses, this is the time to do it. Because like Greg said, there's nothing lost here. You were gonna be a 3 seed going into this. We talked last week that not that much weight is put onto these conference championships unless you're really trying to break through from one spot to the other. We went into this expecting to be a 3. We're a 3. We're ranked number 11. I think this was just a great wake-up call. And now they can evaluate, okay, do we pull people off our bench? Who is getting fatigued? Who, needs that break every once in a while? And those are the things they can adjust going into NCAAs.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, the one thing which I will say, and I got to give, a little hats off to Notre Dame side, that Hannah Hidalgo, yo, she's a real deal, man.
She's
True
She's
freshman.
ridiculous. She's
I'm telling you,
ridiculous as a
she's
freshman.
different.
God,
I
like,
don't
like,
understand it.
like she gives me Deja Kelly vibes, which for those who don't remember, she's the 2-time AC Player of the Year with Louisville. I mean, but I think we haven't seen a talent like her in the ACC in quite some
Yeah.
time. I mean, I'm trying to think, but she's the most similar person I could think of in terms of playmaker. But I mean,
I'll tell you,
I think Hannah
no,
got a much higher ceiling. Go ahead.
that answer is Olivia Miles, who hasn't even played this year for Notre Dame. That like she was, she was just as good. The girl from Florida State broke all the freshman records last year, and Hidalgo broke them this year. Trying to think of the girl's name from Florida State. I just
That
lost it.
OMG girl.
No, it's like tall because of it begins with a T.
Oh,
Dang it. Not Timmons.
Timpson or Timpson or something.
Tipton.
That's out trouble.
Tipton sounds maybe possibly right.
He was.
I'm sorry,
Anyway.
Latson. Her first name is a T. Latson. Tanya Latson. Or Tania Latson, excuse me. Yeah. So she broke all the records last year, and then Hidalgo broke them this year. And Notre Dame's going to be tough next year. You thought they were good this year. Once you get Olivia Miles, if she's back at full strength, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But going back
absolutely.
to, I just want to touch Rusty's point. At this point, all the players that he didn't play were true freshmen. So it's a matter of how much do you trust your freshmen, especially in high pressure situations. I thought they had good minutes earlier in the season when there's not as much on the line. But at this point, every team shortens their bench. I mean, even if the men's team was good, you wouldn't see 9-10 guys out there. You'd probably see 7 or 8.
No.
It's just a matter of tightening your bench.
Yeah, and I think, West has always played that way. Even like during regular season, obviously he played them a little more, but he went with Kanane and Kayla Jones and Crutchfield. He relied on them too, and it's like I don't know.
Here.
You can't what do you say? I said he trusted it. Yeah. I can't blame him because it's worked for him in the past, and a slightly fatigued Isaiah James is probably gives you more right now, at least in these moments, than bringing Lacey Steele off the bench for an extended amount of time.
Yeah. And as good as Zoe Brooks is a generational talent, so she's going to get she's far and above better than the other freshmen. Not to say that the other freshmen aren't good, but there was even a moment yesterday, I think it was in the first quarter, when Zoe was taking the ball out and couldn't get it in, and she had to burn a timeout, and West lost his stuff on the sideline, and so again, you're gonna as good as she is, she's gonna even make mistakes, and that was just an instance where I think she made the right call because she couldn't find a pass, and obviously you don't want to turn the ball over there, but at the end of the game, we had the potential we could have used one more timeout had things gone kind of our way.
And kind of an interesting convo. Oh, sorry. It's kind of an interesting convo going on here in the chat about ACC is tough. Do y'all think South Carolina would be undefeated if they were in the ACC?
Yeah.
Still?
Yes. 1,000,000%. That's not even.
They shouldn't really be. They shouldn't really be undefeated right now, for being completely honest.
Yeah, they should have lost 2 games. They should have lost that Tennessee game
recently.
Yeah.
But
I think they've had 2 or 3 scares this year.
Sure. But did they lose? What's it called when you almost lose? You won. You found a way to win.
Yeah.
So
no,
no. This championship is South Carolina's to lose. There's no doubt about it. Like it's South Carolina right now and everybody else.
Only way they don't win a championship is if they throw haymakers and get thrown out of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that seriously. Iowa, as good as they are, they're not physical enough. Like South Carolina plays big girl ball. They put their basketball shorts on and they come to play every night. And
amen.
You have to match their physicality with physicality, and I'm just not sure that there's another team out there other than potentially LSU, and they've pretty much dominated them all 3 times this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Has Iowa played South Carolina recently, like in a non-conference game?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
This year? No.
Or just in
recent
years.
Didn't Iowa beat South Carolina in the Final Four last year?
That was the Final Four layout. Okay.
Yeah, last
That's
year,
right.
number 2 Iowa beat number 1 South Carolina 77-73 in the final.
Yeah, that was an epic game. I mean, Caitlin Clark probably scored 40 in that game.
She's different.
Probably. It's like,
Oh, she's different.
that's the only way that somebody comes close to
somebody's got
and beating South Carolina. You have a insane performance.
Imagine a world where Caitlin Clark was born in the state of South Carolina and decided to go play for Don State of the Gamecocks. I mean, you might every other team might as well just pack it up and just all right, championships.
Go ahead and engrave that Gamecock name on the trophy. We don't even.
Yeah, no, exactly. 4 years in a row, South Carolina wins. So, all right, well, let's jump back over to NC State, y'all. As we got a couple of mailbag questions which we wanted to get to, so let's jump on over to Tuffy's mailbag. Here we go. All righty. So, one question which was kind of I guess one, I'm not exactly sure, but we had somebody ask, what stand tunes do you want the band to play? Which I wasn't sure if I wanted to ask if anybody understands the question. Maybe okay, nobody else understands that question. What stand tunes do you want the band to play? I wasn't sure.
Sounds like a typo.
That's what I'm thinking too. So we'll move on to the next one. So then our other one,
thanks for chiming in.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Then
our
other one here. Exactly. All right.
Yes.
So NCAA tournament preview for wrestling. Who's going, what to watch for, and maybe how is Trent winning it all? So with that being said, let's start talking wrestling, shall we? As again, for those who are not aware, NC State once again, and now
I heard we did pretty good.
Yeah, we did pretty good. Now winning our sixth straight ACC tournament title in a row.
Dynasty.
And now winning it in it was I think it was like almost like a 25-30 point difference between us and Virginia Tech, who was number 2. It was 30 points. Yeah. So between us and Virginia Tech, which is the biggest stretch since like 2007 or something like that.
No, it was way before that. I
thought. Anyway, so
it was
either
UVA
way,
for sure.
All right. Well, either way, Greg. Either way, we dominated. All right, we dominated. We killed it with 7 individual AC champions, y'all. 7 out of 10. We won in the individual championship, and we had 8 go to the finals. In my opinion, that's honestly the crazier thing. We had 8 wrestlers go to the finals. 7 of those 8 won AC titles, which is crazy. Because even going into it, I remember I literally called Nigel Jones, who when we did our AC preview to start the season, I literally called him going into the championship, be like, "Hey, Nigel, so lay it out for me. What do we need to do to win this AC team title?" And he said, "Well, if you get 2, pretty much got it locked up. If you win 3, it's guaranteed. Yeah, it's done." And I was like, so I literally tweeted out, "All right, I got to win at least 2 and win 3." But NC State Wrestling said, nah.
They looked at it and they said,
"We ain't gonna win 2. We ain't gonna win 3. We're gonna go win 7." All right. Hold my beer. Amen. Amen to that. So yeah, no. So first of all, Greg, I want to kind of ask you, because there was one thing that actually happened that was a little bit interesting yesterday at the AC Championship, which I don't know if you're aware or not, but so obviously the big news is that Trent Hidlay, unfortunately, in his championship match, could not compete against an opponent, as his opponent from UNC had an ankle.
Scared.
I believe it was an ankle or knee injury. Well, so
it even happened.
He was scared.
Well, so during the award ceremony, when they announced the UNC wrestler's name for winning second place, a lot of NC State fans booed, and Trent Hidlay did this like cutting.
I saw
neck
that
gesture, and some people were saying, "Well, wait, like is he taunting him, like or things like that?" But basically, from watching multiple times and knowing Trent well enough, Trent was saying, "Nah, don't." And the fact too that Trent literally patted the UNC guy on the back, like he was saying, "Nah, don't boo at him," which I mean, first of all, goes to show. And again, I that's why for me, people are saying, "Why is Trent in your top 5 wrestlers of all time?" Because I've never seen a leader like him off the mat. Like like watching him cheer on and coach the guys from the sideline, like right after his match ends or right before his match begins, he is coaching, he is cheering, and it's awesome. But also like things like that, man, like the sportsmanship side of it, like just being like, "Hey, listen, this guy was obviously injured. I know it sucks." And because again, from an NC State fan, I can get it because of the fact that that was going to be more likely 99.9% of NC State fans' last opportunity to see Trent Russell and NC State singlet in person. So, it sucks that we couldn't get that opportunity for sure. But, and also because against UNC. So it's like, they just, they didn't want that smoke, just like, Ken's and Greg and even myself did. Like, I think he knew where, I think he could read the tea leaves a little bit here. But give me your thoughts, man. I mean, would you put Trent Padley in your top 5 wrestlers right now?
So it depends on what you value the most, right? Do you value
Correct.
ACC championships? Do you value consistency? Do you value NCAA championships? Do you maybe a little hybrid, a little bit of all of that? What Trent did last night can't be unsaid. It's the 4th time he's won a ACC championship. This one being at a different weight class than previous years, and he and Mekhi Lewis became only the 5th and 6th wrestlers ever to go winning 4 ACC championships and in different weight classes. So, that's pretty rare company there in and of itself. I'll get my words out right. So I think he probably has to be at least number 5 in that list. Just everything that he means to this program. I mean, he's got a sandwich at Mitch's Tavern, for God's sake. If that doesn't put you in the top 5, I don't know what does.
Yeah. Amen.
He's definitely a fan favorite.
Yeah. So, but just kind of lay out kind of where we stand in terms of NCAA. So we have 9 wrestlers who have gotten automatic qualifying bids for the NCAA tournament from their finishing, from their finish in their weight classes at the ACC tournament. The one wrestler who has not got automatic bid is Derek Fields, who was ranked, I believe, before the tournament, like between 12 and 14 or maybe 10 and 14 in rankings. And but he went on to finish 3rd. So he lost in the semifinals, but then he won 2 matches in a row to get 3rd. And that last one was against the top 15 wrestler from Pitt. So in my opinion, and from talking to people, it would be, he's definitely a favorite to get in a large bid. There's no doubt about it. He's a favorite, especially being a top 15 wrestler with his RPI, which is basically, how good have the people that he's beaten compared to who he's lost to. So, and just basically set the scene is that, like, if you want to win a team national championship, you need to have all 10 wrestlers competing. Just because if you have all 10 wrestlers competing, you have more opportunities to get team points because you have more people going to get team points. So that would be huge. If we can get Derek Fields in that at-large bid, then you're sitting really nicely heading into the NCAA. And especially, too, now winning 7 ACC individual titles, like, you got to feel pretty good that, that any one of our wrestlers can go and make some noise in the NCAA tournament, which then that's all you need. You need everybody to go make some noise. You need probably 3 or 4 wrestlers at least to make All-American, aka finish top 8, and maybe 2 go to 2 or 3 go to the finals, get 1 or 2 to win national title, and you're sitting pretty nicely, at least for competing for a top 3 spot, which would win you a team trophy. So that's my initial thoughts here, but I'll kind of open up if anybody else here has any other thoughts here for wrestling. But
I think for me last night, the most impressive was Ryan Jack winning his title. I thought not only that was the one with the team celebrating, right? Was it the Ryan Jack one? No, sorry.
So,
Arrington.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. My apologies.
Because there's really 2 matches. I'll ask you this way, because there's 2 matches in my opinion that were the match of the night. Jackson Arrington over Caleb Henson in the finals, and Ed Scott over Bryce Andonia in the semifinals. I think, in my opinion, those were the 2 matches of the night. Do you have one preference over the other? Sounds
no,
like
I think it might
Harrington.
be. Yeah, for me, it might be Ed Scott. Just
really,
I don't. Yeah, just because I know he struggled against him. You know what I mean? And so,
and in general, this season he's kind of struggled.
Correct. He's been a little up and down. We talked about that in our preview. And I said if Ed Scott, I think I have to go check my own receipts, but I think I said if Ed Scott wins his weight class, we win the ACC title. Yeah, I just, again, it just, what are you putting more emphasis on? And I thought for Ed, just kind of his redemption, and then who was the was it Camacho? Who's the one that's been injured and been a little up and down this year too? Was it Camacho?
Camacho. Yeah,
Yeah,
because he was out
yeah.
last year, and then Trombley wrestled some this year, but then Camacho came
Yeah.
back and finished strong.
Yeah, so I would give him some major props too. Just the way he's battled this year, and hasn't gone astray for it. So yeah, all
Yeah.
around just amazing. I mean, you win seven out of the 10 championships. That's pretty insane. And so I did look it up. It was the most points since 1974 by UVA. The team score that we scored. So
Wow.
So you're talking 50 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
yeah,
I would say there's probably not as many wrestling programs than there are now.
Yeah.
If I had to do some quick math in my head.
No, agreed. But so it's funny. So Lindsay, let me ask you. So have you been to a wrestling match, a college wrestling match?
I have. I actually covered the ACC championship once for the student paper in college, which was at Reynolds. I think it was 2021, maybe 2022.
The COVID year? The COVID year?
Yeah, I guess. I think it was 2021.
It was either during the COVID year or it was last year, because last year was at Reynolds.
Yeah,
last year was at Reynolds.
Yeah, so I think it was the COVID year. And it was obviously at Reynolds. Mm-hmm. Obviously, NC State won because they've won 6 straight. But it was exciting. I was impressed by the amount of people who showed up and kind of what an ordeal it was there. I think I wasn't really aware ahead of time of how big wrestling was or how much it was followed. But, they had music going the whole time, and there were the fire, the fires lit up during the awards and things like that. And I was really surprised by just how into it people were, and also that it was actually pretty exciting and interesting to watch, because I had never really followed wrestling before that.
Yeah. So let me ask in the comments, tell me which wrestler you were most impressed with yesterday, because my opinion, there's a lot of guys to vote for sure. I think, between Trent, Trent just dominated. Camacho dominated. Kai, Owen, he took care of business. I wouldn't say he necessarily dominated. He just took care of business, man. He did what Owen did, and he took care of business. But the fact that Camacho pinned the guy in the finals, and then literally Camacho controlled the entire finals, it wasn't even in question. And then, Ed Scott obviously beat, one of, in my opinion, the greatest wrestlers in Virginia Tech history, and Bryce Andonian. But it'll be interesting to see what Faison. I think for me, the one, I'm hoping and praying is Faison. Just more because, first of all, got to give, my heart goes out to him, man, as that dude fights his butt off. And definitely he did what he had to yesterday. At the end of the day, he got top 4. He's qualified. He's heading to nationals, which is what we needed him to do. But I also need him to go and make a little bit of noise at the NCAA tournament, just a little bit of noise, win a match or two, get a couple team points. But I think every other guy, I think is good enough to make All-American, which, is a ceiling that I don't think an NC State wrestling team has had in quite some time. That I could say 9 guys, every single one of them I think has the ceiling to go make All-American, which is crazy. So. So Michelle bringing in saying Jack Ryan, Jack, Camacho and Arrington were all upset wins, correct? Camacho, no. Ryan Jack, yes, because Ryan Jack lost to Cole Matthews from Pitt last year, so I would say yes, even though Ryan Jack was the number 1 seed. And then Arrington, absolutely. Even myself, I was saying, nah, Caleb Henson's he's different, dude. That Caleb Henson's literally only given up 2 takedowns all season.
Yeah.
Period.
And he's number 2 in the country.
Yeah,
he's different.
Henson's ridiculous. So, but again, Arrington's phenomenal, but I just didn't know if he could catch Caleb, and Arrington proved last night, hey, I'm right there with Caleb.
3rd time's a charm.
That was awesome, Steve. 3rd time's charm, amen.
For anyone listening in with us but not watching, it seems like people in the comments here are pretty impressed by Arrington as well.
Yep.
Yeah. I think one thing we talked about late in our preview was, and I think I mentioned it, was how Coach Pop prepared this team to get ready for postseason matches or wrestling or play, whatever, however you want to say that. And this was the first time he kind of took this approach with his squad, and to say that it paid off is an understatement. So I think whatever Coach Pop did, and credit goes to him, right? Just trying to find out what he needs to do for his wrestlers to be in peak form when it really matters. And so people don't think there's a lot of quote unquote coaching, maybe in wrestling, but obviously there's a ton of coaching involved, and the mere fact that he had his squad ready to roll, and it's impressive. I mean, I was doing some reading today for the show, and just seeing how dominant of a performance it was. It's generational. What we just pulled off last night, and I'm not sure if you're going to see it, anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, but I do want to remind you though, Greg, which is kind of a crazy thing to think about, is that for next year, the only two guys you're losing are Faison and Trent. Now people say, "Whoa, well, you're losing Trent." Well, because behind him, you're going to have Isaac Trumbull, who just won a world championship, taking his spot. So I mean, not to say that Isaac is Trent, but I'm saying Isaac's pretty daggone close, man. Like that dude's going to be ready, man. He's going to be ready to make some noise next year. So
yeah, for sure.
Excited for him.
No. Yeah, and again, obviously it depends what other schools bring in too. But I mean, I don't know how much we're gonna slip. Obviously, not a whole lot, but you have to wrestle what's out there, and God forbid you have injuries or anything like that. So, definitely the stars align for this year, and 6 in a row. Some people might call that coincidence, but I don't know.
Yeah. Now, real quick, since we haven't brought up, we're 40 minutes in, we haven't brought up. I gotta say the one thing that
really grinds my gears.
NC State men's basketball.
And that is, well, here we're gonna take that one, Greg. We're gonna take that one. We're gonna put it. We're gonna put it in this jar, and we're gonna keep it right here just for 1 second, and then we'll bring that thing back out. All right.
Okay. Cool.
So for me, you know what?
Really grinds my gears.
NC State basketball.
I really wish Macon was on here for that. I really.
It's Virginia Tech wrestling fans, man. Virginia Tech wrestling fans. Holy smokes, dude. Like even though we were absolutely smashing them yesterday, still they were cheering when Fishback, was losing, and when Derek Fields lost in the semifinals, like, all the Virginia Tech fans cheering against us. And I'm like, bro, you are getting punched in the chin. Just take the L and move on, man. Just stop it. Shush. And just hope that one or two of your guys can win an AC championship.
I would love to see Leighton. I would love to see Leighton trash talk a fan. Like,
bro,
I feel like that would be some peak comedy.
What?
Yeah, that needs to be one of our videos. Is somebody else needs to go film Leighton confronting fans that really grind his gears.
like Lindsay, you would appreciate this, but so at Carmichael, I was up in the press box. Like,
okay.
You fancy.
Attic. I was it wasn't fancy. It was high. And
the Carmichael press box is not fancy, but continue. I know you're
it's
talking
really
about.
high. But it was literally me and two other media people on the entire row, and I felt so separated. But yeah, watching like when Virginia Tech fans were cheering that Fields lost in the semifinals, I was like, man, y'all are finding reasons to cheer. Y'all are finding reasons to cheer right now.
Like,
right now we are shoving it. Oh,
no cheering in the press box.
There was actually one time, I think it was I think it was during the Ryan Jack championship match where I was recording with the video, and I literally said, that's a 3. And I was literally like hold myself from adding commentating. But with that being said, all right, Greg, I'm gonna take this jar.
Hold on, before you go there.
Chill out. It's a new season.
I mean, real quick, Virginia Tech got smashed so bad. Like in Derek Fields is 165, an unranked wrestler ended up winning that, and so they're one really good chance to get another win. They lost to their rival in the championship. So anyway, just a little bit more salt on the little salty guy on there. So
amen. All right, Greg, Let's ball it up here. Stir it up in there, and
Really grinds my gears.
NC State men's basketball.
yep, y'all. It is, but I will say once again,
I just want before you go there, I just want the
Go for it.
meme where from the Rocky where he said just throw the towel, like just throw the towel, just like just I
It's a
just
new
want to just
season.
New season.
It's not
Okay.
over. Till it's over. I'm not.
yeah.
well, here, let's say the one
I set my
positive,
price
Greg.
limit. I set my price limit for $5 for tomorrow, and damn it, if there weren't tickets available for $5 to go see them, now I'm sucked into the suck.
Yeah.
$1.
Well,
That's it.
Well, here, let me say one thing though, and honestly, this was my reaction, and this is kind of putting what I've seen aside. Honestly, the bracket for us kind of worked out kind
Shut
of
up.
well.
So,
Just saying.
knock on wood.
I'm
I'm just saying.
You're
I'm
wrong.
telling you, it's happened before.
You're
Am I
not
wrong? I
Happened
mean,
before.
For a
We've
Tuesday bracket,
we've been
it's
absolutely
the best we
dog
could get.
food
Yes.
in regular
Yes,
season, and we've turned around and won the ACC championship. Am I saying it's going to happen? No, but is there a chance? There is a chance.
That
I'm
would be
saying
the,
there's not a chance. I'm sorry.
There you
Sorry,
go,
Bill.
Lindsay.
Fine.
It would be the so NC State thing.
That's what I'm
Especially-
saying. Nobody's going to be
That's
there
fair.
pulling for us. And they're going to
Especially
be
the
like,
rumors.
"Hey."
Especially the rumors. So if the rumors are true, you can't.
which if you don't know what it is, there's nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing private about it. You've seen it. But go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. Yeah, so there's rumors out there that Keats is going to be relieved at some point here, but I'm pretty sure he probably has a clause in his contract. If he wins the ACC tournament, he gets a year put on his contract.
Well, you can't get rid of him after
And-
that either.
Yeah, but here's
But
the thing. Okay, hold on. Let's have this argument real quick because
Go for it.
3 games, right? Well, actually 4 because we have to play 4,
It's
right?
a trophy. I mean,
5. We have to play 5. We have to
Is
win
it 5 now?
We have to
5
win
games
5
in
games.
5 days. Yes.
That's how look. That's
Yeah,
how
this
checked
is not
out I
gonna-
am on this whole thing. I don't even care. Again, I'm gonna go and get and just sucker watch this thing.
10-point favorites tomorrow.
Jeez. And
And
Louisville
game
just
one
fired
of
their
5.
coach. And Louisville just fired their coach. So, like,
Yep.
anyway,
But-
but it would be the so NC State thing if we just go win this thing. So anyway, like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
What's
like-
the battle?
do you? I mean, would you wouldn't get rid of him, Michael, for winning 5 games in a row and winning an ACC championship? Because
I don't think you can.
when's the last time we won an ACC championship?
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Now,
I mean-
I will make that very clear, saying the odds
it
of
would be
that
the so NC
is
State.
so astronomical. Like, it is insanely astronomical.
I'm just going to shut up.
I mean,
Because
I
have
hope he
faith in
wins.
Casey, I have faith in DJ. I have faith in all of them.
Look,
They
I
can do it.
love those
Yeah.
dudes. It's not,
Yeah, I love
and
that.
we've
Simple as
said it.
that.
It's not the players. It's never
Yeah.
been about the players.
It's not the players. No.
It's what they're dealing with, and that have they been put in the best position to win? I'm not so sure. I'm not in the locker room, but it definitely feels like we've left a lot of meat on the bones.
Yep.
So I don't
I
know.
just
But anyway,
know
that's what grinds my
from-
gears. NC State men's basketball,
from
not the
personal-
players.
From personal experience, they're pissed off. Not
I'm
just
sure
at
they
coaches, not just at each other, but some
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I think they're definitely going out there to, as Casey would say, prove a point. Shut
Look,
people.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If
I'm behind him.
DJ Horn is not playing tomorrow, then we're toast. Pure plain and
I
simple.
think
Of course,
the line being 10-point favorite probably indicates he is, but
Yeah.
that could
But
change tomorrow.
but you don't know what's gonna. I mean, like he can go out and re-aggravate it or whatever.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying like winning tomorrow is undoable. Like I think we'll probably win the first
Oh.
game, but 5.
holy crap, you
Yeah.
better win tomorrow.
No
Holy
one, no one's
crap.
we
ever
don't
won
win
5.
If we don't win tomorrow, but winning
Only-
You might as well
5,
not
I
even
don't
get on the
know.
plane back to Raleigh.
Yeah, if we don't win tomorrow, Kevin Keats can stay in DC.
Only
Oh, yeah.
Put him in like
I think-
federal prison, like
Right.
ACC. Just leave him there.
Literally, just
Bro.
leave him in DC.
Bro.
Don't give him no
Bro.
gas money. Don't give him nothing. Keep him there. Don't worry
With
about
the Secret Service agents.
Are
to
you
come
saying to
stay
take
with
away his
him.
per diem money? Is that what you're saying? Like take away his per diem
Oh.
money? Jeez,
if
that's
he's
rough.
fired, he doesn't get per diem.
right.
Yo,
If you
speaking
lose
of-
to if you lose to Louisville, you don't deserve to even hitchhike back to North Carolina. You sit your ass on the floor.
You can't even
I just
what's his
mm,
name? Darian Rucker. You can't even thumb your way down
Yeah.
to Old
Yeah.
Caroline.
But
I just don't. Mm.
But let me
I'm
let me
just
say
gonna
one.
Wolfpack Nation will
Yeah.
lose its mind if we lose to Louisville.
no,
Well,
Look,
honestly,
I'm at the
here's
point where I'm like,
yeah.
I'm accepting.
it
I'm out of
doesn't.
it.
Yeah,
Season's over in my mind. What happens, happens.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
So,
mean,
but here
I will go ahead, and I'll do my point next. Go for it.
because I gotta say one thing that
What really grinds my gears?
NC State
and that is
fans.
people. Well, no, that is NC State fans sharing stuff behind paywalls, y'all.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
like,
that
Yeah,
don't
that's
do
Like,
that.
stop
bad.
it. That was
That's
so bad, y'all.
disgusting.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's bad.
like IPS people, they work hard, they do their full-time jobs. That's the way they make their living. So
Yeah.
please, if you're paying for information, please keep it behind that paywall,
And
y'all. Please.
Of
Go ahead.
course, it was the one guy. Of
I
course,
know we won't say his name, but
Right.
yes.
Excuse me. Sorry.
So,
Sneezed.
yeah. All right, Greg, make your
Um,
point, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. So back
Greg,
to
you
the
killed that. Just
um
that's it, perfect.
Gazoon tight. But so a couple of things about the NCAA men's tournament. The Wolfpack Club only sold 160 books for
Yeah.
tickets.
Wow.
So just think about it, like from a, and I
Wow.
get it, it's a 4-hour drive. It's not Greensboro or Charlotte, but
yeah,
there's no excitement in this program. Is kind of where I
Well,
was going with that.
Add that question in. Would it made a difference if it was in Greensboro or Charlotte?
I mean,
If the
yeah.
talent, if the
It'd be
team is
more.
talented,
But
yeah, no,
Would it?
the team is talented. If they were competing for a championship,
No,
Wolfpack Nation shows
I
up.
understand competing for. I mean, if they make it to the championship game,
yeah, that's totally
everybody's going to purchase a ticket. But I mean, like first round tomorrow.
Yeah,
Would it made a difference?
Probably not.
No.
Maybe a couple more
Slightly.
that live in
Yeah,
Greensboro.
yeah.
Yeah.
You make the
Like-
past 2 games, I'm gonna start going to Vivid Seats and being like, okay, let me just add this to my cart real quick. But no,
The other thing that I find kind of funny, ironic, and this is the last point I'll make, is the DC Alumni Association / Wolfpack Club, more of the Alumni Association, has a welcome reception tomorrow night at 7:00.
your wife was talking
Sure.
about this yesterday about what you said.
In theory, we may already be out of the tournament when they have the welcome reception.
We might be on the bus back when they're.
So in
Yeah.
that case,
Games
We're
at
at
4:30.
point of being
Yeah.
out of it tomorrow night. This is
Yeah.
so funny. If he
Yeah.
loses to Louisville, being Kevin Keats, he needs to get on the Potomac River, go to the Atlantic Ocean, and then to his beach house by paddle boat.
Oh,
yeah,
Dang.
I would throw in $20 for that to watch that. Yeah, so I just thought that was kind of funny that but hey, like I said, I'm gonna be there because I don't know any better.
Greg really said
Yep.
$5. That's all I'm putting on it.
You
You had
can't
some for
lose.
$2.50 out there.
Yeah, Greg, you're gonna spend more
$5.
on like a pretzel and a soda at the game than you did
Yeah.
on the ticket.
I spent more in
Yeah.
service fees than I did the ticket.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
how you know.
But
But
hey,
but
5
that's what we
games,
do.
5 days.
Yeah.
It's
Yep,
easy.
5 games.
The
5 days.
season's not over till it's over.
So
Next
Only,
the last-
I think
the last
only
point-
Duke and Virginia Tech have both won 4 games in 4 days.
Yeah. I
Yep.
guess the last thing too
Nobody's
is
ever
like,
done
look,
that
this is potentially the last game for a lot of these guys. So they're going to go out and go hard, and
Yep.
no one wants to
Makes
see
me
their
so
college career
sad.
end. Yeah. So
Yep.
good luck, boys.
But it's reality.
We're rooting for
We got you. Yep, we're reading for you. But
Don't worry, I'll have my alcoholic beverage in hand.
We'll be having a lot
here-
of those
and it-
tomorrow to be able to watch this thing.
and here's the last thing I'll say though too. Here's the last thing I'll say, and because a lot of people, have probably noticed that when it comes to men's basketball, our amount of tweets have decreased significantly. Why? Because for a couple reasons. One, because anything we say has already been said. Like there's nothing we're gonna
Yeah.
say that's gonna be different or like enlightening or new spin. Like no, everything that has been said is what we would say too. Like now not to the extreme side, but it's not going to be positive. So and I'm not going to sit here and say, well, Keats can go and no, just like it's time to sniff the leaves. Like it's time to go smell some grass and be like,
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not good.
I would be surprised if more than 5% of the fan base wants to keep Keats.
Oh yeah, no, and Joe Ovi's like, no, it's not that bad. Yeah, no, it's that bad. It's that bad. So
I want to add
Anyway,
something real quick.
yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
Fans, if we do lose tomorrow, keep the comments. Don't come at the players, please.
Not the
Absolutely.
players. Yes.
That's my biggest pet peeve is
Preach.
seeing. And DJ Burns has started to be like, you know what? I'm gonna acknowledge it and favorites every trash talk comment.
We
Leave them
should.
alone. It makes me so mad to see y'all talk down to these guys who have worked their butts off in and out for years for us.
Especially since 99% of those people probably couldn't make a free throw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hype them up. Don't say anything other than positive stuff. If you want to say negative things, you know who to aim it at. Unless you're blocked like me.
You can still say
Yeah.
it. You just block.
Yeah, just you can't tag it.
Yeah.
We'll shake
Say
it
it
off.
into the universe.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
That's my soapbox.
Hey, hold on. She should have got what grinds my gears. That was a grind my gears.
That does grind. It
That
just
That was
does worse than
So-
grind my
so-
gears.
summarize it up,
You know what
Kens.
really grinds my gears?
If you're not hyping up the players, keep your mouth shut.
Boom.
Woo!
Drop that
Now,
mic.
again, I
And I don't
agree.
want
And
Leighton
hopefully-
to yell at me, but I will come at you in the tweets. If y'all
Oh, they're
tone
definitely
down,
coming for
speak
you
up.
too, Kens. Don't feel that feeling is definitely mutual.
So chill out.
No.
Okay, next.
Again, hopefully all of our listeners, again, we're not saying y'all, we're not saying Michelle, we're not saying
Oh, yeah,
Razor,
no,
we're
no.
not saying
No,
Rusty, not Ted.
You
we're
know
not
who
saying
you
y'all.
are. Hey, do you need to
Yeah,
sneeze
but
again,
yes.
Greg?
Yeah, no.
Bullshit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, B-Rad. I mean, shoot.
So-
B-Rad, shoot.
Yeah. Anyway, but
Look, he knows
All right,
it.
y'all.
Like he knows
Yeah.
it.
oh yeah. Oh no. He doesn't hide it. That's for sure.
No.
He doesn't hide it. But anyway, y'all. But yeah, shout out to Isaiah James, first team all HC tournament. Shout out to Sanaya Rivers, first team all HC tournament. And who got second? Was it Mimi that got second team or River? One of those two
River
got
Baldwin.
second team.
River Baldwin did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
but
while we're doing
I-
basketball, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. While we're doing basketball, go for it.
Men's basketball, DJ Horn, third team all ACC.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't
And
understand
rightfully-
third.
Should have gotten second team.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand
Ah.
third team.
Winning solves everything.
Wait. I got one late.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
bonus grind my gears.
Michael
go.
stopped himself.
Here we go.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Armando Baycott on the all defense team.
Oh my
Come
god!
on, what are
I'm
we doing?
so ready for him.
What are we doing?
I can't stand him, bro. I really can't.
Did anyone see the Armando Baycott poster for 2060?
Did anybody see?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got to shout
It was
this
the-
out.
2016.
No, 2060. It had like an old man. Like it looked like what was that movie with LeBron as the grandpa? Like
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of the
Oh,
movie,
you
though.
talking about
Yeah.
yeah. Where
Anyway,
like him and Kyrie Irving got dressed up
Yeah.
as old people and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah. they did
Yeah.
that
But,
one for Baycott. It was hilarious.
For college game day for Duke, I need to shout out this Duke or Cameron Crazy. That poster that they put saying Armando Baycott looks like something you would draw with your left hand. That killed me. I was dying.
Oh, that is
I don't know.
hilarious.
I don't know who you are, but I appreciated that laugh during that game.
Yeah, he
so
definitely looks like a Picasso before Picasso.
Thank you for that.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Anyway, we got a little too personal here, but I love it. But anyway,
It was so funny.
Oh, but
Yeah.
while we're doing that, how about when State played Duke and the fan had the Filipowski phone?
Oh, in the
behind
back?
Gabe Ellis?
I saw
Yeah, that
somebody
was good.
tweeted that and
That
said,
was good.
Wolfpack fans never change.
Mm.
He had it as his lock screen.
Yeah.
I love it.
But anyway, y'all, so let's touch on a couple other things. So first of all, I got to give a huge shout out to the guy that a lot of ECU fans, a lot of ECU players, the ECU baseball coach himself absolutely crapped on, saying he is not one of us. Who is he? What is that guy? I don't even know. I don't have his number. I don't know where he lives. I know nothing about him. Alex Mack, man,
Not
saying, what is that
good.
guy doing? And man, has he shined. He is absolutely balled out, and I could not be more happy for him, y'all. First
He's
place
crushed.
in the country right now in RBIs per game, 2.29 RBIs per game right now, and he's
Yeah.
second in total RBIs right now at 32. And you may say, well, because again, I'm really saying, see, this is like, if you were to make a list of why the transfer portal is a good thing, this, in my opinion, should be the top reason that
Yeah.
a guy that kind of got lost in the shuffle can go to a
Yep.
place where we have a glaring need at shortstop, like we do,
Third
and he
base, third
goes
base.
and say,
Third
third base, and here you go, Alex, go for it. And he has absolutely
Yeah.
shined when given the opportunity. So,
And
just saying,
you know, Greg, you probably got a better idea, but I think mainly adding him was for his glove and being a plus defender at third. And you know, he was
A solid hitter.
I don't think the coaches could have expected this so far, but and man, the way, like you said, the way ECU treated him, they're like, oh, his backup was going to start over him next year. He wasn't that good anyway.
A million
It's
excuses.
mind-blowing.
eat this.
Yeah.
Eat this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been disrespecting him the entire offseason and even now. And it's just like, hey,
That's
your
awesome.
loss is our gain, honestly.
I mean, it's not awesome, but it's awesome now.
Yeah.
He was ACC Player of the Week, not this week, but last week.
Yeah, he could have easily been it again. Just obviously they have to share that award, I guess, with others. But he's so good. He protects other hitters too. Like, you can't pitch around guys because, like, 3 through 6, I mean, those hitters are like, okay. And he's been. Yeah, I think if you ask that coaching staff, like, they were happy with what they were getting. Now they're ecstatic with what they got. You know. And he's a switch hitter, which, like, and that's the thing. Like, he's a switch hitter, and he's just as good, I guess, for lack of a better word, from either side of the plate. So, like, you're not going to get his bat out of the lineup at this point, which is phenomenal. He can hit lefties and righties equally.
Yep. And Razor kind of makes a funny point saying it was a crazy Chicago win type game yesterday at the Doak. Yeah. What was it? 17 to 15?
Yeah. Was it 11 total home runs yesterday?
16?
18 16.
Yeah.
We got a late
11
safety.
home runs. Wow.
Yeah, we got a late safety to win the game.
Yeah. I love it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Speaking of safety, there's 171 days until football season.
There you go. Nice.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So I thought, like, yesterday, the way we pitched, that doubleheader really screwed things up on Friday for the weekend rotation, and both teams, definitely because of the conditions, had to take kind of a bullpen approach, and a couple of our guys struggled a little bit, but it was a weird game. Like, we were up 5-1, I think, and then it was 7-6, and then we got like 11-6, and then 11-10, and, like, it was just a weird ball game. I went back and watched it, and I was just like, holy crap, like that. Yep. Aluminum bats and wind are not good for pitchers.
Yeah.
No. But again, y'all, and obviously the one glaring, I guess, routine thing or trend that you can find with baseball this year is the trend of, unfortunately, getting leads and then letting the other team kind of catch up a little bit, and in Boston College, same thing happened. They're at 4-0, and then Boston College tied it, and then we walked it off in the bottom of the ninth. So that's the one thing to keep an eye on. But then y'all,
which game are you talking about?
Game 1.
First game.
No, that went to extra innings.
Well, okay,
yeah, we were up 4-0.
But sorry, went to extra innings and we won in the bottom of whatever inning we were in.
But I mean,
my fault.
as a state fan, do you expect anything less? They're gonna make your blood pressure rise. That's just how every team at NC State is. But hey,
we like to do things the hard way. We get it done. We just like to do it harder,
right?
Yeah.
We just like to add a little spice. That's all.
That second game though on Friday was, I think that one was really good.
Oh,
that
we
was
dominated.
9-1, win the series. So,
Michael, I liked your tweets today, or whatever post or whatever we call these things on X. But we're talking about the pitching staff. Yeah, me too. Because the bullpen caught some crap for yesterday's game. Yeah, and then you highlighted the 2 games from Friday. They were pretty much lights out. So
they were really good.
They
one
were really
run
good
in 2 games.
Yeah. Again, I look. We've had 2 games where the bullpen kind of struggled. It was the Hawaii game, and then yesterday, and it was just Hawaii was more control issues and defense, we kind of fell a little bit apart. And then yesterday, I think you have to blame the wind. And here's the thing, like most people don't realize, like when you have a lead, you want your pitchers to throw strikes and get your, they don't need to strike everyone out. You just want to get them, put balls in play, keep your defense moving. Yesterday was just a freaking freaky day of like it was just wild.
Sometimes, I mean, that's just sometimes that happens in games.
And look,
Just
we
gets
swept
crazy.
an ACC series, and you have teams like Wake Forest losing 2 or 3 to Duke.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, any ACC series you can get, you take it and you appreciate it. I mean,
and then it's an Atlantic Division series win too, so that means for when you're trying to do your seeding for potential ACC tournament, that's huge.
The ACC this year is different in baseball. So,
and you mentioned Duke beating Wake. That's Duke's in the Coastal Division, right? And
correct.
So that's good for us. That
Absolutely.
Wake took a loss that wasn't against another division opponent.
Yep, good point. Right. Really good point. So, yep, we got a good one this week, and then we got we're down in Georgia Tech this weekend. We have UNCG tomorrow or Wednesday. I can't keep the days up. Man, this whole weekend I've literally had like 6 hours of sleep in the last 2 days. So.
We have UNCG tomorrow. Correct.
Tomorrow, and then down at Georgia Tech for the weekend.
Yep, it's going to be tough, but
I think.
don't we have a transfer at UNCG?
Who's the transfer?
Do we?
Trey Truitt.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Look at you, Cam. Look at you.
Because they beat. Who did they beat?
They beat Wake.
Yeah,
they beat Wake.
Wake struggled. Wake has struggled a little bit.
UNCG is pretty good.
Drowning Wake.
They got Cozart's brother too. He was a pitcher, starting pitcher at Carolina, and then he transferred to UNCG, and now he's an outfielder, I believe.
Yeah, it's not. That's just not a give me game. They're pretty good.
That's just it. Like I don't know how much further we want to talk about that, but the state of Carolina, the teams are so good. We got 6 ranked teams right now, and when those guys don't make it at other really good North Carolina schools, they transfer to other North Carolina schools. So your secondary schools are pretty good with talent.
Exactly.
It's not your typical.
Baseball's interesting in the way that you see some of these smaller North Carolina schools or schools, that we don't usually get to see in other sports compete in baseball. And you're right. Like our Campbell, UNCG, ECU, sports that we don't always see in football. UNCW that we don't always see in football or basketball that we get to compete against in baseball. And it is crazy how many super solid baseball schools are in the state.
Western Carolina is a really good school too. Like that's where Brandon Butterworth came from. Yep.
And and the midweek games are dangerous, right? There's a reason that baseball's played, a weekend series, because one game is, anybody can win one game in baseball more so than other sports.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how our strength of schedule is going to play out when it's all said and done at the end of the season.
Well, and to kind of make the point, because the problem for schools like us or UNC or Duke or Wake, if you're playing a UNCG or if you're playing a UNCW, you're playing, Coastal, for example, like the midweek games against us, which we may not put a lot of sweat in. Why? Because we just came off of a series against Boston College, and then we have to go play Georgia Tech this weekend. Like, not to necessarily say like we're not worrying about you, but just saying 3 games. Bigger RPI. I'm worried about those. But for UNCG, that's their big game. If they want to make the tournament, that's the game they have to win. So against Campbell, they're going to go all out against us. While for us, we're gonna play hard, but we're not going to give it our all to beat Campbell. So now again, and that's no disrespect. That's just how our schedules line up. We have a lot of opportunities to have big games. They don't. So right there, but.
Hey, could we circle back to that first mailbag question? We actually got a clarification in our Discord, which, by the way, if you're not a member, you should sign on up.
And if you're not subscribed, I said it last time, if we get to 10,000 subscribers before the spring game, your NC State Pac football team will win the ACC championship. So if you want to see that, go subscribe.
Yeah, we just hit 9,000 last week, so that's amazing.
I think 1,000 before the spring game is perfectly doable.
Yeah. So, all right. So we can answer this, and then we probably can wrap the show. So, They said it's just a nickname for what songs would you guys want to hear. So kind of like what would you want to hear the pet band playing? Like
what new? Oh, that's a tough one. I do always get excited like at football for whatever the band does new, like year to year, like whatever's big. But I don't know. Like I'm blanking. I feel like we need to come back to this in Discord.
Bro, I don't listen to new music, so I'm not the one that I'm the boomer of the show.
Mo
So
Bamba. That's always do.
Yeah, that is always a crowd,
Right? That'll get you hyped no matter
what is it?
Mo Bamba.
Mo
I
Bamba.
go, it's not clean. I can't sing right now.
No.
I have no idea what that is.
Calling. Yeah, we can't get a copyright strike.
Oh, I do know that song. When you hit it off key, I recognized it. So
Chill out, Greg. Chill out, Greg.
Yeah.
What's the Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow song? That's always a good one when they do that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I
Industry
think
baby.
they played that one before, right?
Yeah, they
Oh my
did
gosh.
that one.
What is the name of that song?
I'm so old.
Wait.
Industry baby. Industry baby.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Industry baby.
yeah.
I'm telling you, if our band throws out
Screaming it.
Crunk Ain't Dead instead of the overhead speakers doing that, I would get hype.
I think
Yeah.
if they
If you're
do
listening.
something new, like something that was like a pop song within the like since football season, they should do "Dance the Night" like the Dua Lipa song that was in Barbie. I think that would be fun.
Mm,
Oh god.
Oh yeah,
that's
that
a
was
good
our
one.
Greg. Just because you don't know music
Somebody
doesn't mean
shoot
you have to
me.
crap
Yeah.
on parade.
Somebody shoot me.
Someone in the Discord asked Greg. People wanted us to
Right?
talk about this.
Gotta give the people what they want.
That's
All right. I'm
That's right.
just
We'll
gonna
compile
this is
it
what I'm gonna
and
do.
send it
I'm gonna
back to
mute.
Discord.
I'm gonna mute and sit back in my chair and listen.
I mean,
See,
since Greg was talking
Michelle-
about my off-key singing, I'm gonna call him out. He's texted me 4 times during football season asking what song was played on the speakers.
That is
Greg, you
true.
need to do
Wow.
That is true. I
Shazam
actually did.
is.
I
You
did.
need Shazam. You
Hey,
can,
but at least I haven't reached the point where
Shazam,
the
there you
music
go.
is too loud. The music's too loud. I haven't reached that point yet, so we're good.
Greg,
Okay,
I'm
That's
sorry.
fair.
Very not good.
before next football season, you need to download the app Shazam, where
I
you
have
can.
Shazam.
Then
Gee,
don't
y'all think I'm
text
like
Ken
70 years old.
Know what the song is.
Then you should know every
hold
song.
up, Lindsay. I'm coming after you now. When you play the pet band and hit Shazam, it ain't recognizing that.
True,
Like,
true. Okay,
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you
So
meant like,
sit there.
that's fair.
Not
That's fair,
that.
okay.
You
I
know what
thought
really
you meant
grinds my
songs, like,
gears?
on the speaker.
Yeah, you know what really grinds my gears? Lindsay calling me out that I don't have the Shazam app on my phone.
And also too, in today's day and age, you don't even need the Shazam app. You can just ask Siri.
Yeah,
Oh,
he-
True.
Oh.
Siri.
You can't ask. Siri.
No, y'all are awesome.
Look,
I
I
love
was
you
fine
guys. Y'all are
sitting back
great.
there until you guys called me out.
You made fun of my singing.
True.
It wasn't you. It was Leighton when he
Oh,
did
then
his
I
note.
apologize for calling you out.
Yeah, you know, grinds my
Oh,
gears.
I
The ladies on the
apologize
show
because I
calling me out.
didn't know what
Ken
Shazam
grinds my
was.
gears. Greg, you know,
All right, just want to touch on a couple other sports real quick that definitely deserve the shout out, and that's first and foremost our men's and women's tennis teams who have continued to ball out, continue to take care of business, continue to be the elite teams that they are. Competing as a top 20 team. Tennis right now is in top 20. Women's tennis, I believe, is top 6 right now.
Yeah.
Even maybe number 6
Several
right
of
now.
them are.
So
Yeah, we have the
What
number
was the
3 ranked
comment?
singles player and like the number 9 ranked doubles team.
what was the
Yeah,
comment
what-
earlier about swimming? Is it swimming?
well,
Like,
just
Yeah, they have
about how
nationals coming
our
up.
nationals and men's is number 3 in the country. What's the odds of them winning a
Mhm.
national title? And
keep up with these teams,
unfortunately,
guys.
yeah. I mean, keep up with them. Let's put it that way. Like I do got to give a shout out once again, just to remind everybody that men's and women's are both year in year out top 10 teams in the country, and you can literally go to one of their swim meets for absolutely free. Like every other sport can be $5, $7, $10. Swimming and diving absolutely free of charge. Like it's crazy.
And
to think
I'm
about
not gonna
that, but
lie,
you
they're
go
pretty
see two top
fun.
10 teams.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of
Especially, like,
action.
The high dives are entertaining.
They're extremely
Yeah.
entertaining.
For sure.
So
So,
focus
make
on
sure you
these
go and
sports that
support.
you don't see on TV a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
their state is we're a championship school. If you look at all these teams, like all of them combined. So
Men's basketball.
chill out, Greg. It's a new season.
Greg, get out. No.
Michelle, yes,
and-
tennis is free also.
Yes,
Yes,
tennis is
tennis
free too.
is
And
free,
and
but
most
women are number 6 and the men are.
I know
20.
where you're going, Leighton. Go for it. I know exactly what you're going to say now.
and men's and women's tennis, they literally offer you like free Chick-fil-A, free pizza, free donuts,
Coffee.
like just to come.
Yeah, they feed
Coffee.
you.
You get that money back.
Like,
If
yeah,
you
well,
would spend on a
that's like,
ticket.
it's free. Yeah, yeah. So
That's
yeah,
true.
that's
You
a
get a
crazy thing.
You're getting entertainment and a free meal.
What?
Yeah.
They're
What,
paying
Leighton,
you
what I
to come
thought-
watch them.
Yeah, Leighton, what I
Go ahead,
thought you
bud.
were going to say is a lot of times it lines up with baseball, so you can literally walk from one event to the other, and so you can
Good point.
double your value. So definitely check the schedules for both teams, men's, women's, and baseball. You can maybe line it up. If not, you'll definitely see people over there in the stands. So.
Yep. But I got to give a shout out to my girls, to my team, and that is NC State Gymnastics team, who have finally cracked that top 20, y'all, getting up to
Hold
Hold on.
number
Who rolls the
18
world,
in the
girls? Who
country.
rolls the world's girls? See, I know songs.
Greg knows songs. Greg knows songs produced.
You were way offbeat.
Well, hello, I'm old and white. What do you want from me?
Wow. Anyway, so NC State Gymnastics getting up to number 18, and honestly, the craziest part to me is that at number 19 is Georgia, which, just to remind everybody, we went against Georgia in the first meet of the year when we got like a 194.3. Like, it was just bad, and Georgia beat us pretty handily at that point, and now we are ranked above them. Like, it's kind of crazy and surreal, but just to remind everybody too that this past weekend was senior night, and this coming weekend on Friday they're actually going to Gainesville in a quad meet versus the number 4 team in the country, Florida, LIU, which I think is Long Island University, and Iowa State. So I mean, a huge challenge coming up this weekend. But again, I think I've said that I think that this team is without doubt the best NC State Gymnastics team in the program's history, and I think that this can be the opportunity to really solidify it. Now, I don't think they're gonna. I mean, I'll go out there and say I don't think they're going to beat Florida, but if they can be within breathing distance of Florida, that's a huge hats off, because I mean, unfortunately, SEC Gymnastics, like those teams feed
Different
money
level,
towards
yeah.
gymnastics. We don't feed money towards gymnastics. We just don't, and honestly, it's going to be an uphill battle to really ever, just because, again, right now we're only competing against a 4-team ACC. It's just,
Right.
Yeah.
it's just ACC. It's just not like in all these other sports, which, we're going to be promoting one upcoming here this week. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But just, if I'm going to put a priority list, gymnastics is going to be a tough one to put money towards. Now, that doesn't mean we can't still go support them, love on them, go see them, appreciate them. But I'm just saying, just being real here, just that with the landscape of AC Gymnastics, it's going to be tough. So
They haven't earned that respect yet.
not yet, but in terms of ACC in general.
That's what I'm
But
saying,
again,
the
we're
ACC
getting
in
there.
general.
Right.
Until we join the SEC.
Ooh. Well, and honestly, the thing that might change it a little bit maybe is when Cal joins the ACC next year, because Cal, for
And
those
Stanford,
who don't
right?
know, is they're a year in year out top 10 gymnastics team in the
Yeah.
country. So
Yep.
I would imagine
It's
Stanford's
great.
pretty good, right? I mean, probably.
not.
Yeah, I would just assume Stanford's good at every
All the
non-revenue
sports.
sport.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
They have like 40 of
That's
them.
true.
Yeah.
That's right. So, with that being said, y'all, any final comments here, y'all, before we wrap this thing up?
Let's go men's basketball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need more
let's beat
enthusiasm
Louisville.
from that,
Yay,
Greg.
yay, sports ball.
Yeah. Take care of business against Louisville. Don't lose 3 times in 1 year to a first-year head coach-led Syracuse, please. That would be ideal. And then just hope and pray
Then you got Duke.
for a miracle against Duke. So, because
Yeah,
wouldn't that be
first
Duke's
half.
first game of the AC tournament?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Golly.
and our
Anyway.
third. in 10
Yeah. our
days.
third. That was-
Hey, but anything's
And-
possible.
Anything.
Thank you. There's that energy. Anything is possible.
God.
Go Pack.
It was Michelle earlier that said blatant, please don't. And I think Michelle was going to say, Kens, please don't.
Never give up.
Don't do it.
I will always
never
be
give
that
up.
person, y'all. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
know,
Derek.
and-
Hey, just so you know, Derek Wittenberg will be in the house tomorrow. So hey,
Oh, there you go.
there
If
you
all
go.
else fails, have him suit up. That's how I feel about it. I mean,
I can make
All right, it's
comments, but I'm
definitely
not
time to
going
end the
to.
show now.
So, yeah. With that being said, Wolfpack Nation, thank you all so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. We are on the road, y'all, to, first of all, 20,000 Twitter followers. We just hit 18,000 Twitter followers today, which is
We've almost
absolutely
filled up PNC.
phenomenal. We've almost filled up PNC with our
We
followers.
have definitely
I
filled
tell
them up
ya.
for men's basketball. We
Chill
passed men's
out.
basketball. Like,
Get Greg out of here, please. Because if our men are listening right now, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Y'all go ball out tomorrow.
Hey, listen.
I am
Us
doing
at Tuffy
reverse
Talk.
mojo. Reverse mojo.
Yeah.
Give me your
Reverse
tickets,
mojo.
Greg.
That's right.
Gotta pay him a hot dog for it.
Yeah. So once again, y'all. So thank you all so much for the amazing support. We are on the road 20,000 Twitter followers. So if you haven't already, give us a follow. Make sure to do it on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok, y'all. And then on YouTube, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We are at, I think, 9,040 subscribers. So
If
please,
you want
if
an
you haven't
ACC
already, y'all.
championship, hit that subscribe
That's right.
button.
If you want AC Championship
Y'all.
football, just like Ken said, hit that subscribe button. So, and if you enjoyed this conversation, y'all, and if you love in-state athletics, please do us a big favor, hit that like button. It really helps support us as well. But thank you all so much for tuning in, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love you guys. Y'all are amazing, and we'll talk to y'all soon. And as always, go Pack, baby.
Go Pack.
Beat Louisville, baby.